Hello, brothers and sisters of light, and welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down to 10 minutes. If I go over 10 minutes, that means it's something important, or I'm just rambling my ears off to you to piss you off, especially most of you Caucasoid to Milano crackers out there. He says, get to the point, hurry up, because they're tired of looking at my sexy-ass, chocolate-covered, caramel glass color, Negro motherfucker, okay? Now, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you put it down below. I'll screen it, I'll analyze it, I'll reject it, and I'll compromise it. Okay. Now, this video is called Beware of the Uninquisitive Fools. Uninquisitive minds. People who, they come in many shapes and sizes. A lot of intellectuals, they tend to run up off at the mouth, okay? They run up off at the mouth because they're institutionalized ways, and they just don't fit in with society. You may call them narcissists or, you know, social, you call it sociopaths or something like that. They're uneducated in a social way to where they have to institutionalize themselves to be more above the regular people out there. But you got to understand something. They don't ask questions. They do the research and they start spewing out the mouth, I can't stand people like that. You try to talk about your knowledge, you ask questions. You're supposed to be a psychologist. Everybody's supposed to be a psychologist and ask questions, right? Okay, if you're basically, living in a life of intellectualism, okay, or in the enlightened age, you're supposed to help people to come together and teach them, okay? You can't ask a question. A fool, you can't question a fool because a fool will always reject questioning, okay? So if you ask me a question, I'll be like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. I'm right. An arrogant, pompous ass. You got to be careful of those individuals. There's a lot of fools out there. And if I ask you a question and I say where you got it from, where you get your information from, you better come up with something very legit, okay? Or I'm going to look at you like you're a fucking fool, okay? So you gotta beware of uninquisitive, unquestioning fools, okay? I use the Socratic oath, okay? The Socratic questioning, constructive questioning technique, which blows most people out of the water. That's why, when he went to the oracle, he asked the oracle, who is the wisest of them all? And Socrates, the oracle said, you are the wisest of all. But what did Socrates do? He pointed to Acrosol, okay, another philosopher, and said, no, he's the smartest one, okay. Now, he was being a bit arrogant, though, but I can understand the point, okay. Someone is always smarter than another, okay. But questions make you the smartest individual because you learn step by step as you go along. As you ask questions, you begin to break down the structure of the question. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I have arguments with atheists. I said, hey, if you read it, there's older definitions of the word atheist, okay? And I try to tell them, I said that you are not an atheist. You're an agnostic. You're a skeptic of all things. You're a wise man, okay? You know what I'm saying? And they don't tend to hear me, okay? They say to me, it's just a belief system. They don't believe in God. I said, but what about the possibility of a God, okay? Now, Richard Dawkins, okay, what's his name? Richard Dawkins. I got a brain fart. Stevens Dawkins or whatever he said that basically everyone must believe in the possibility of all sorts of things, okay? Everyone must believe. Now, once you close your mind, you become a fool, okay? Because that's what a lot of atheists I've come across are, okay? They're fools, okay? I ask them a question, and they see it's very intelligent me to ask an inquisitive question to them. And they say no, okay, and then they'll try to change their minds very quickly and say, yeah, by 0.001%, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand something. Millions of years ago, the caveman probably never believed that we could create light, okay, or any sort of technology, okay? They was in the caves, okay, and during those days, if you lit a light bulb in their era of time, you will be crucified or killed. They would be very afraid. Pythagoras got killed because he created the number 0. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? You see how simple that is? And to close your mind off to that math, okay? Well, basically, everything is not math, okay? And I keep talking to some atheists and having an argument. I say, how do you know in other dimensions that math is important? It may not be math at all, dog. Okay, who are you? Okay, are you in that dimension? Did you know that pink unicorns may or could exist? Okay, maybe not in our perspective, in our eyes, but you got to understand to question everything. Questioning everything is the key to being a true intellectual. Okay, it is a form of common sense, not institutionalized intellectualism. Okay, all right, you got to understand the difference between the two. Common sense is just basically fundamental, a basic structure of nature, so you can understand why something is occurring or what. You understand, atheists out there? I am agnostic. Okay? I can say I'm slightly agnostic because I have secret magics with me. But of course, that's why my videos are so obscure, okay, or very, particular or unique. Okay, I try to keep my videos unique, and I'm not interested in a lot of money or attention or something like that. I tried that many times, okay, and since I'm not successful at it, I try my best to do it another way as possible. So beware of those people who are not questioning. It's when you have the knowledge and you start talking about it, and some people will just jump out. Liberal people, mainly women, feminists, they disagree, and you show them the information. There will always be some sort of debate. But if you simplify things enough, the more times you can simplify things so other people can understand you, the more intellectual you become. But if you start to leave and you start to be an alien, okay, then you become on another world. You don't even belong here, okay? We are humanoid species. Some levels are different than others, okay? But when you start talking like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, the longest word English language in English, okay? The longest word, you become on another level. The more I talk like that, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you know what I'm saying? People won't understand me, okay? And then you got to question my reasoning. Why am I saying that to you? It's because of the fact that I want to make myself more intelligent than you are. And I'm not trying to do that. I just have a few gifts, okay? I don't talk like that majority of the time. I don't have a monotone voice, okay? I don't have a monotone voice. I love to talk about pussy sometimes. And sometimes I like to talk about niggas and crackers and hillbillies, okay? The Confederate flags and the Union sometimes. I mix it up a little bit so it can be a little bit comical and a little bit entertaining for your asses, so I won't be boring like a lot of other individuals on the internet, okay? You understand? So the whole point is basically beware of those individuals who try to take your judgment down, take your intellectualism down, okay, or your common sense down by not questioning. That is all, folks. That's all. That's all, folks. Welcome to my motherfucking page. Don't you get that shit? Okay. Now, let me see. What else is there to say about people who don't ask questions? Most people who don't ask questions are majority of the world, okay? 90% of the world are not elite, and they will not ask questions. They will only go by their institutionalized ways and means, or what they have been nurtured and taught through intellectual, institutionalized intellectualism, okay? And that doesn't mean they're enlightened. It's just that they're closed-minded, okay? That's why the enlightened age ceased to exist, because of romanticism, okay? Romanticism and intellectualism, okay? It broke free, okay? That's a form of common sense. It can go in multiple ways, okay? So don't try to prove yourself to me by saying all these complex words. That doesn't make you more intelligent than me, okay? It doesn't, okay? It's just that you have more time. You have a better memory, okay? Some people don't have the better brain cells. Some people can't memorize things. I watch Jeopardy, baby, okay? And sometimes I get those questions right without studying. You have to understand that they have to study for that. The quizzes are given to those people before they get on the stage. It's impossible to know those questions, okay? Almost impossible, I say, okay? You have to study for them questions you get on that internet. You get on that TV show called Jeopardy. So understand what I'm saying. Beware of majority. That's why Jeopardy is in the form of a question, okay? What if? You have to ask questions, okay? What is Serentinio, okay? They always say it in the questions. Nobody really asks questions like that, okay? Peace and love to you, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. Beware of the uninquisitive people. Peace.